Hi, and welcome back to the channel. It's been a couple of months since I've uploaded a video, and that is essentially one of two topics I'm going to cover in this video, which hopefully won't have me rambling on too long. But yeah, that first topic is, why I haven't posted in a couple of months. And the reason I'm addressing this is I've had people actually ask in the comments, you haven't posted in a while, is everything okay? And the answer is yes, everything is fine. I have just been busy. The channel is still something I'm doing. It's not going anywhere. There's no particular reason that I haven't uploaded in a couple of months. Well, aside from the injury that I'm going to show you, that's the second topic that I'm sure you saw in the thumbnail. Aside from the injury kind of getting in the way, I've just been busy. So there are more videos upcoming. Hopefully soon I'll have the next video, which was, well, the next video I was going to make before I hurt my shoulder, which I'll get to in a minute, was a magic slide tutorial. That's essentially why I have this microphone that I'm wearing, so that I could do better audio for like tutorial style videos. That's gonna have to wait until this is healed up. The next video that's going up is like, I'm like halfway done. It is my take on the 3x110 setup on my Endless 90s. This is obviously the 4x90. I've got a couple of city sessions that I haven't uploaded yet or edited, put to music like my regular city flows. Speaking of setups, this is a new boot, this FRSL. I've been riding this for a couple of months, well before I hurt myself. And I want to talk about my thoughts on this carbon boot versus the FR1 Deluxe plastic hard boot, or hard shell urban boot that I was skating before that. I want to go over, I wanted to do a video about my different setups in general, the boots, also the frames. I've got these Endless 90s here, and I don't know if you saw that, but these are Endless 100s. I've got these NN Dragons that I'd like to talk about and just kind of do a video on my setups in general. So I have things planned for videos to upload. I just haven't had time recently, although I think I've got more time now. So I know it's been a little bit since I've posted, but yes, the channel's still alive. And so the second topic is, of course, I'm sure you saw in the thumbnail, I'm wearing this arm sling. I'm not right now, actually, is the injury that I had a month ago. It's actually been, I believe, yes, today is 4 weeks since I hurt my shoulder. And what I did to my shoulder is two things. I have what's called a separated shoulder, which is where there's this thing called the AC joint up here, where ligaments attach to your clavicle and your shoulder blade, and I've kind of messed those up or stretched or torn them in some fashion. But the more prevailing injury, I just realized you can still see this bruise that will not go away. It's been 4 weeks and this thing is still here. And it took a few days to show up. Anyway, the other thing I did, kind of the bigger injury really, is that I broke my collarbone or my clavicle. And that is going to take some time to heal. You can see I'm not wearing the sling right now, and I actually have pretty good movement in my arm. It's actually feeling much better. It feels better than I expected a broken bone and a separated shoulder to feel after 4 weeks, to be perfectly honest. The good news is that I do not need surgery, and the reason I'm happy about that, or even mentioning it, is because when I went to the orthopedic surgeon originally, he took an x-ray and he looked at it and he was like, it's kind of an in-between. I can't really see the break well enough. You've got a separated shoulder for sure. That usually doesn't need surgery, but I can't really see what you've done to the clavicle well enough in this x-ray. So why don't you go get a CT scan and then come back. CT scan just gives, it's a better imaging for, what's going on in my shoulder. Come back and we'll reassess. And luckily I brought the CT footage. I brought those images back after getting it done to him, and he looked at it and he said, I think you're going to heal. I don't think we need an operation. And the operation would have been like a plate and a screw and even more time. I think the plate and screw would have come out eventually. But I don't need any of that. And as you can see, I'm using my shoulder. It actually feels pretty good, which is good. But of course, especially the broken bone, this isn't a kind of thing where I can just go back when it starts feeling good. Like, the rest of my body's fine. I can, obviously my legs are okay. Everything else, I could skate no problem right now, physically. Like, no problem at all, no question. But the one thing is that if I did happen to fall on this again before it's completely healed, Not only could it be bad and actually require surgery, but I would feel really, really stupid if I did that. So I'm going to do the wise thing here. I'm going to let this thing completely heal before I skate again. It's a bummer because I'm in pretty good shape right now. I am using an exercise bike to get my heart rate up and burn calories and keep my sanity and maintain some fitness while I can't skate. Um, since I can't fall off of that, there's really no danger on a stationary bike. So that's kind of a blessing. It's a blessing that I don't need surgery. So overall, I'm counting my blessings here. I'm really frustrated that I can't skate, um, but this is what happens, right? This is life. Sometimes things don't go your way. By the way, I did hurt it skating this time. And I say this time, I can't believe I've been hurt twice in a year. But I sprained my ankle last winter. That was just slipping on ice after a snowstorm in my driveway. This one was actually skating. I wasn't recording. I wasn't in the city. I wasn't showing off or anything. I wasn't doing anything crazy. In my mind, it was a very benign movement. Honestly, it's something I do all the time. I just wanted to ride a curb with one foot for a little bit. It's just something I do for fun. And so basically, here's the curb. This is what I wanted to do. I wanted to jump onto the curb and skate it for a little bit and then hop off. And you can see I'm using my shoulder. That doesn't feel amazing right now, but like I've also been instructed to do some things with my shoulder. I've got stretches I do every day because I don't want what's called frozen shoulder, where everything gets really tight and messy in here. So I am using it. I'm not overusing it. I'm being careful with it, but I can use it. And I'm not like completely debilitated, or this arm's not useless. I just weaned myself off of the sling over like the last week or so. So I'm not wearing this anymore either. But of course I needed it for the thumbnail, right? Um, so I was jumping onto the curb, but I didn't land on the curb, and all of my weight was forward because to support yourself on one foot, you've got to put your weight on over top of that one support point. And so instead of landing on the curb, I just kind of did one of these, and you can actually, I don't know if the camera can pick that up, but scuffed it a little bit here. I basically did that and just completely whiffed on the curb. And I think the reason I hit so hard is I was just not expecting to fall. It was, again, like such a benign movement in my head. There was no prepare yourself, you may fall, going through my mind. It was the kind of thing where I was on my feet before I even knew I had fallen, kind of a thing. All my weight's forward. I'm not expecting to fall. My weight continued going forward because my foot never landed on the curb, and I just toppled over. I landed basically like directly on the shoulder and did like a roll through kind of thing. Not a scratch on my body anywhere, except for I had a pretty good scratch up here, and I had some like bruising and scratches down here, a nice bruise on my hip, and obviously the broken bone here. But other than that, I had like no other injuries to show up. This took like 3 or 4 days to even show up, and my pec got bruised as well. I guess there was everything kind of get crunched as I rolled through and smacked into the asphalt. Um, but this is the only part of my body that got injured, which kind of makes sense. It makes sense that it's broken considering my body weight landed basically on one place as I fell to the ground and essentially rolled through and back up. Not like gracefully back up, like I popped back up, but I got back up and I was like, what just happened? My shoulder hurts. um, I'm 2 miles from home. But again, I'm lucky that I don't need surgery. I'm lucky that this will heal, and it will, and I'll be back, and I'll be better. Sometimes you miss a curb, and sometimes when you do that, you come away unscathed, and sometimes when you do that, you break your collarbone and you separate your shoulder. But all told, I'll get through this. I will heal. I'll keep making videos. By the way, if you have any like suggestions for things, especially things that I can like videos or topics you wanted covered or anything, or have any questions for me specifically, let me know in a comment. And maybe there's something I could do a video about something. I'm kind of looking for ideas of things to do while I can't skate. I've got some ideas, but if you have any, let me know. No promises, but drop a comment and let me know if you have any ideas for a video of that kind. until then, thanks for hanging in there. Thanks for supporting the channel and watching my videos and everything. All the positive, wholesome, kind feedback I get is truly why I keep doing this. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And yeah, until the next video, which should be up soon, thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you then.